And the countdown is on. Just 27 hours. The polls will close for the 2022 midterm elections. There are a lot of races on the ballot, and we're on your side, breaking them all down.
Let's start with the latest on the race for Michigan governor. The latest poll from Signal shows that Governor Gretchen Whitmer is currently leading Tudor Dixon by a 3.5% margin. That's a slim margin after the double-digit lead she held after the primary.
Both candidates in a final push for support. 13 on your side's Charlie Tinker joins us now live with what they had to say today.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is really just an informal stop here in Portage at the Kalamazoo County GOP headquarters. Still pretty well attended, a good-sized crowd. We've seen a few noteworthy speakers. I'm going to step aside, let you see what's going on here. DePerno is out here. We got Huizenga out here. I believe it's Lieutenant Governor nominee Shane out here speaking right now. Tudor Dixon expected to take the stage momentarily. This is one of several of these stops she has made today, just thanking GOP supporters at these local headquarters. Dixon and running mate Shane Hernandez were in Springfield this afternoon as part of a whistle-stop tour in the final hours of this race, really hitting the Whitmer campaign on several familiar fronts. Here's what she told supporters there.
She was putting people into nursing homes. Now she's lying about that. But here's the good thing for all of you. Now it's your turn to tell her she's non-essential. We are going to bring back those businesses, and we're going to do that with a real economic development plan. You may have noticed that she hasn't had much of an economic development plan for 4 years, but the best thing we can do for Michigan businesses is to make it easier to do business in the state of Michigan.
Those attacks continued throughout her appearance there. Whitmer similarly crisscrossing the state in these final hours, trying to get out the vote. We saw multiple campaign stops over the weekend from east to west as well. The latest polling, as Kirk mentioned, could show us why. A snapshot of a contest we have seen narrow considerably since around the first debate, with Whitmer up only about 3.5% in the poll published Sunday. Whitmer told us that was to be expected. She is not concerned about the numbers and what they show.
We've always expected this would be a close race. I am not surprised by any polling that says it's close. We know this. This is Michigan. This is what happens. And that's why we're working so hard to make sure people know what we have gotten accomplished, where we want to take the state, and how dire and stark the vision is on the other side.
Tudor Dixon again about to take the stage here in Portage. We will have a full wrap-up tonight at 6 with what this appearance held, in addition to that appearance in Springfield earlier today. I'm going to send it back to you at the desk.
All right, Charlie, thank you. The Department of Justice is sending election monitors to more than 60 cities across the country, including Grand Rapids. According to a statement, the agency wants to ensure compliance with voter access laws, as well as prevent voter intimidation and interference. The DOJ will also have monitors in 4 other Michigan cities: Detroit, Flint, Southfield, and Pontiac. Kent County Clerk Lisa Posthumus-Lyons says her office is aware, but adds that, quote, whether the Justice Department is here or not, the county election will be administered according to law, and the constitutional rights of everyone will be honored and respected, end quote.
And another statewide race we are keeping an eye on, the race for Attorney General. Incumbent Democrat Dana Nessel is facing Republican challenger Matt DePerno. Nessel is hoping to hold on to the position she won 4 years ago. Her opponent, attorney Matt DePerno, is from Kalamazoo and is endorsed by former President Donald Trump. There are 2 third-party candidates also on the ballot. And in the race for Secretary of State, Democrat Jocelyn Benson is running for re-election against Republican Christina Caramo. Benson is focusing her re-election campaign on her efforts to provide faster, more efficient service, securing the election process and protecting election results from people who question the legitimacy of the 2020 election. Christina Caramo is endorsed by President Trump, questioned the results of the 2020 election, and promises to focus on election integrity. She also says she will expand the office's investigative services to prevent identity theft. And there are also 3 proposals on the ballot.
Proposal 1 adjusts term limits to a maximum of 12 years served and adds financial disclosure requirements. Proposal 2 adds several voting rights to the state's constitution, including in-person voting for 9 days before the election.
And finally, Proposal 3 would guarantee a woman's right to an abortion in the state constitution.
Now to the 3rd Congressional District. First-term Republican Congressman Peter Meijer lost re-election during the August primary. He was among House Republicans who voted to impeach President Trump and lost their re-election bid. That set up a showdown between Republican John Gibbs and Democrat Hillary Scholten. Scholten lost to Meijer by 6 points in the 2020 election. Gibbs is endorsed by former President Trump and is campaigning making elections more secure, including the possibility of moving away from absentee ballots. He also hopes to fight gun control efforts. Hillary Scholten's priorities include helping working families, fighting for more affordable health care, and preserving reproductive rights. Before redistricting, the 3rd Congressional District was a Republican stronghold. It now leans Democratic.
Next up, the race in the 4th Congressional District. Congressman Bill Huizenga is going after another term in the U.S. House. Here's a look at the map. The 4th includes part of Ottawa County, all of Allegan County and Van Buren counties, and part of Kalamazoo. Bill Huizenga took office in the old district in January 2011. 2 years ago, he won re-election by nearly 60%. This time, he's being challenged by U.S. Marine Corps veteran Joseph Alfonso, a Democrat from Holland. Lawrence Wenke from Kalamazoo is also running as a Libertarian.
The 2nd Congressional District is among the largest in our state. It includes parts of Muskegon, Kent, Ionia, and Berry counties, as well as many others to the north. Republican John Molinar is running for re-election. He's challenged by Democrat Jerry Hilliard. Hilliard ran against Molinar previously in the 4th Congressional District, but lost by double digits in 2018 and 2020. And as we get closer to Election Day, a local elected official and candidate for State House says she was intimidated outside of her home in the city of Walker.
13 on your side's Carla Byron is live in the newsroom. And Carla, the city says there's nothing illegal or criminal about what happened.
Yeah, guys, to explain a little bit about what happened, Carol Glanville is running for the Michigan House of Representatives in the 84th District. She sent us a cell phone video of a caravan of cars and trucks passing by her home, honking their horns and holding American flags as well as Trump flags. This happened yesterday afternoon. The city says the cars weren't impeding traffic, neither did they break any laws nor anything politically related. They also didn't receive any complaints about this incident. It's considered free speech. However, Glanville says she believes she was targeted and it speaks to the negative political climate we're in.
Particularly this fall with these midterms, you know, again, the attitudes are kind of ramping up, right? We're starting to see a lot of strong negativity, different attacks, threats about challenging the elections, threats to different, elected officials in different states and things like that. And so that whole, it just feels like everything's getting very tense.
Glanville says she doesn't know who was behind this caravan, but they did drive by other local elected officials' homes as well. Kirk.
All right, Carla, thank you. There has been a lot of talk about voter intimidation and concerns that voter suppression may be an issue all across the country. If you happen to run into any issues at the polls, let us know. Just text the word election to 616-559-1310, and we'll try to help in any way that we can. And when the polls close at 8 o'clock, you can text the word results to that same number. Our results data is updated every 2 minutes.
And stay with 13 on your side for continuing coverage leading up to tomorrow's midterm election. You can watch our election guide explaining the proposals and the major races on demand anytime on 13+. Then we'll have team coverage on air and online as voters head to the polls. Once the polls close, 13+ will have live coverage from 8 until 10:30 with analysis as results start to come in. Then tune in to 13 on your side at 11 for the latest results.